Welcome. My name is Jody Adams. I'm a licensed massage therapist and a doTERRA wellness advocate. Today, I'd like to discuss hormone balancing, a more natural approach, and go over a little bit about some of the different hormones in the human body and how they affect the human body. Do I have anyone out there that is looking towards a more natural approach to balancing out their hormones? At this time, I'd like to welcome you to my webinar, and I urge you to get a piece of paper out, pen and pencil, and write down any questions that you may have throughout the webinar. And I'll be posting a link at the end of the webinar, so you'll be able to get in touch with me, and I'll answer any questions that you may have on a more natural approach to hormone balance, essential oils, or any of our other products that we have as well. So I want to give you a little scenario. You're walking down the park, all of a sudden towards the left you see this pond, but you notice that there's an alligator swimming in the pond and it's coming towards you. How does your body respond to that stress? Let's take a look at that. When your brain senses danger, in the section responsible for emotional processing, the amygdala signals the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system and in turn the fight or flight response. This process leads to a chemical cascade releasing the stress hormone cortisol and neurotransmitters, norepinephrine and epinephrine. There are two parts to the stress response: turning it on and then turning it off. When danger is no longer perceived, the parasympathetic nervous system indicates the relaxation response and bring the hormones back to a normal state. The stress hormone. Although there are other hormones at play, cortisol is the primary stress hormone. It is vital for our survival and is made from cholesterol in the adrenal glands. So let's go into some of the benefits of cortisol. Increase your blood sugar from glycogen stored in the liver to fuel your brain and muscles. Increase your protein, fat, and carbohydrate metabolism. Regulate your fluids and electrolyte balance to help you maintain a normal blood pressure. Help regulate the effects on the response to stress of your hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and other areas of your brain. Help regulate adrenaline production. Prolonged stress or high levels of cortisol lead to many negative health effects. Some include high blood pressure, high blood sugar, increased risk of diabetes, increase in abdominal visceral fat, increased risk for heart disease, hypothyroidism from decreased function of the thyroid, slower wound healing, hormone imbalance, more susceptible to infections. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers which translate various functions within the body, such as heart rate. Many neurotransmitters are synthesized from amino acids, which are readily available in our diet. When not balanced properly, however, negative health conditions can occur. A number of neurotransmitters can also act in the body as hormones. However, they are quite different. Neurotransmitters belong to the nervous system, are produced by neurons, and send signals through the synapses connections, whereas hormones belong to the endocrine system, are produced by the endocrine gland and delivered through signals through the blood. Despite the differences, it is important to note that the levels and balance of the hormones are influenced by the neurotransmitters. For this discussion, we are just going to focus on the following neurotransmitters: epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. Epinephrine and norepinephrine are two neurotransmitters that also serve as hormones. Their hormone function stimulates the central nervous system. Epinephrine communicates with the receptors in the heart, lungs, and arteries, while norepinephrine can only communicate with the arterial receptors. Epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine both influence the body by increased blood sugar levels, increased heart rate, increase how hard the heart squeezes. Additionally, epinephrine allows relaxation of smooth muscles in the airway to improve breathing, while norepinephrine can cause this blood vessel to narrow, which increases your blood pressure. Chronic stress can result in levels being either deficient or too high of either of these neurotransmitters, both of which have a negative on the overall health. So let's discuss that a little bit. If you're deficient, it can contribute to anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, hyperglycemia, migraine headaches, restless leg syndrome, sleep disorders. Excess level can contribute to high blood pressure, anxiety, excess sweating, heart palpitations, and headaches. Dopamine and serotonin are powerful neurotransmitters that influence both mood, regulation, and concentration. Whether levels are high or low, the effect can be detrimental to one's health. Dopamine is responsible for pleasure and satisfaction. Lack of dopamine is associated with lack of motivation, low energy, and poor digestion. When triggered by the stress response, however, dopamine can help you perceive and process the threat, figure out the appropriate response, avoid unpleasant situations, learn and remember to avoid the particular stress event, redirect blood flow by diluting blood vessels in certain tissues by inhibiting non-adrenaline releases to those tissues. Unlike the dopamine, serotonin does not have this sensory effect on the brain. Instead, its responsibility is for calming and revoking positive moods. Serotonin helps regulate appetite, sleep cycles, and suppresses pain. It makes sense that deficiency is most closely linked to depression. The body responds to stress, dependent on the type and the amount presented, by releasing the appropriate amount of stress-fighting chemicals. Stress can be psychological, physiological, or physical. The origin may be internal or external, and its manifestation can be either mild, severe, or somewhere in between. Stress hormones are productive during stress as they act to maintain vital systems by increasing blood, oxygen, sugar, to best prepare and cope with a particular stress. However, adverse reactions can occur when a stress trigger a higher level of response. This is seen most during times of chronic stress, when the hormone doesn't have time to properly rebalance, leading to disease. The degree of hormone response and the amount of stress hormone release depends on the following: the type, degree, or duration of the stress, how you perceive the stress, your life experiences with that particular stress, your age and gender, how frequently this particular stress occurs, previous experiences with this particular stress, the context or environment of this particular stress. The primary sex hormones include estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Cortisol blocks the secretion of the body's main fertility hormone, the GnRH, which is responsible for releasing sex hormones. While this is okay during periods of acute stress, chronic stress can result in lasting effects. Both women and men may experience low libido and decrease fertility. It is clear this can be an issue if it persists. Sex hormones control some of the most influential processes of the body, including pregnancy, puberty, regulating your monthly cycle, menopause, hair growth, muscle density, fat storage, and skin complexion. These hormones can complement each other or function as opposite, which is why it is so important that they're in the right ratio. During chronic stress, your body may think it needs more cortisol. In order to make more, the body steals from the sex hormone system using progesterone to create cortisol. This can quickly become a difficult cycle. Estrogen is needed in higher amounts for women. Its primary function is growth and development, but affects nearly all body systems. So if you're deficient in estrogen, you could have symptoms like foggy mind, hot flashes, depression, memory lapses, headaches, vaginal dryness, irregular periods, urine leakage, sleep problem, and bone loss. If you have excess, you could have heavy bleeding, breast tenderness, fibrocystic breast, ovarian cyst, abdominal weight, anxiety, irritability, water retention, and increased triglyceride levels. In short, estrogen is one of the most important hormones for women in terms of health. Any imbalance, whether it is deficient or excess, can cause a host of issues. Testosterone is the predominant hormone in men, responsible for healthy muscle mass, stamina, energy, bone density, memory, and strength. Too much testosterone can cause aggression, depression, impotency, excessive libido. Deficiency, however, affects more than just sexual function. Both women and men are faced with complications without appropriate supply of this hormone. So deficiency in this hormone decreased sex drive, increased depression and anxiety, fatigue, inability to concentrate, decline in memory and cognitive skills, decrease in muscle mass and strength, loss of body hair, decreased bone mass, which can lead to osteoporosis, increase of abdominal fat, sleep issues, and so much more. Cause of hormonal imbalances can be a result of many different factors. Some of the most well-studied include undereating. Many of the fad diets don't take into account hormone balance. Also, in general, frequent weight loss, weight regain is a huge factor in hormone imbalances. Eating the wrong foods for your body, many foods negatively impact hormone imbalance when eaten in the wrong proportions. Stress. I've already demonstrated how much stress can impact hormone activity. In short, chronic stress is responsible for transforming hormones and creating significant imbalances. Toxic overloads. Toxins enter the body through our diets, environmental pollution, and many of our household products we use on a day-to-day basis. Too many toxins overburden the liver, which will help the liver from breaking down excess hormones. This, of course, leads to a higher level of hormones and distribution of the particular hormone balance. High body fat percentage. Too much body fat results in a low testosterone, high estrogen ratio due to an increased enzyme in fat tissue, which will convert testosterone into estrogen. This is negative to both men and women regardless of your age. Speaking of age, talk about that. Progesterone decreases faster than estrogen as women age, leading to estrogen dominance. As men age, testosterone levels decline. However, estrogen declines at a slower pace, leading to the imbalance of testosterone and estrogen in men. Two types of problems tend to occur when hormones are out of balance. Number one, uncomfortable symptoms that change how we think, feel, and act. Number two, an increased risk of illness, such as depression, Alzheimer's, heart disease, osteoporosis, diabetes, and certain cancers. Both outcomes can negatively affect quality of life to various degrees. Common hormone imbalance signs are irregular periods, unexplained weight gain or weight loss, depression or anxiety, fatigue, sleeping issues, insomnia, low libido, changes in appetite, digestive issues, hair loss, or thinning. So food matters. Have you ever heard someone say, "We are what we eat"? It is so true. Our diets are filled with foods known to impact our hormone balance. Common mistakes negatively impact hormone balance include too few fatty acids, too little fiber, too many carbohydrates, too much soy, too much alcohol, too many unhealthy fats, too much sugar, too many processed foods. As a way to combat these common diet mishaps, include more of the following foods in your diet. Flaxseed, a compound found in flax, can bind to our estrogen receptors and help estrogen form in the body. Veggies. Do we have any veggie lovers out there? Broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts contain an important nutrients that prevents estrogen-related cancers and help eliminate excess estrogen due to their high fiber. Lentils. Do we have anyone that eats lentils on a regular basis? Provide a great source of protein and fiber, resulting in reduced estrogen levels in addition to containing zinc, which raises testosterone. Sweet potatoes. Vitamin B6, which helps our liver detox and frees up the liver for breaking down excess hormones. Hormone balancing diet. The foods we eat on a regular basis can either work for us or against us, as we've just discussed. First, the word is gut health. Remember, gut. Overall health, as well as many diseases, has been linked to your digestive health. Researchers have proven that gut, or the digestive health, equals hormone balance, and vice versa. The gut is trimmed with bacteria, both beneficial and problematic. The key is to make sure the good outnumber the bad. This is best done through diet. Chinese, Indian, Japanese traditionally have known for thousands of years about this. How well discussed following can improve your hormone balance. So let's discuss that. Healthy fats, probiotics, digestive enzymes, supplements. So let's dig into that a little bit. Healthy fats. Your body needs various forms of fat to create hormones. This includes short, medium, long-chain fatty acids, saturated fat, and cholesterol. Fats are essential building block for hormone production. They also have a key inflammation level low, boost your metabolism, and promote weight loss. Aiming for 15 to 30 grams of healthy fats daily aid in the stabilization and production of stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline. In particular, fatty-3 fatty acids. Now, this is very important. Fatty-3 fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, are important for cell-to-cell communication in the brain. Typical diets are not balanced with, this is the part you really want to listen to, omega-3s to omega-6 oils. We need more omega-3s. However, generally, we get more higher amounts of omega-6s. Did you hear that? We get more omega-6s than omega-3s. The omega-6s contain foods that are best to avoid to achieve the balance include sunflower, corn, cottonseed, canola, soybean, peanut oil. A healthy omega-6 containing foods, however, is hemp seed, which is high in acid of GLA to support a healthy progesterone levels. Good source of anti-inflammatory, healthy omega-3 rich fats include coconut oil, avocados, flaxseed, chia seed, walnuts, grass-fed butter, and wild salmon. The benefits of avocado particularly include improving heart health, lowering inflammation, controlling your appetite, and contributing to your daily intake of fiber and nutrients. So I want to go back and highlight something here. As far as the hemp seed, it is rich in the gamma-linolic acid, or the GLA, to support the healthy progesterone levels. You can also find that in oatmeal, which is another great source. Probiotics. Probiotics are also known as a beneficial bacteria found in the gut. The right balance of probiotics can improve your production and regulation of key hormones. Food that contains, if you want a natural approach, food that contains probiotics include kefir, bone broth, sourdough bread, low sugar kombucha. And you can make some of this stuff from scratch. I have my own sourdough bread starter, and I've made my own kombucha as well. I've actually made kefir, milk kefir and water kefir as well. And you can actually flavor the water kefir. My favorite is the water kefir is to flavor it with like grape juice. It's absolutely amazing. Sauerkraut, apple cider are to name a few. Aim for at least 2 servings per day of these yummy, healthy probiotic foods. Additionally, high fiber foods such as chia seeds and flax seeds naturally feed probiotic in your system. So you can also add our doTERRA's probiotic, and it has a dual release system. So the probiotic and the prebiotic will actually get all the way through the intestinal system. So some common mistakes linked to destruction of your gut bacteria. Now, this is very important. Overuse of antibiotics, excess sugar, emotional stress, medications, alcohol, lack of exercise, over sanitation, smoking, poor sleeping habits. So did I name anything that for you that's on that list? If I did, we want to work on reversing some of that. Just a goal to make for ourselves, to really allow our gut to be a lot healthier. Digestive enzymes. This is so important to have the appropriate enzymes to break down the food. The body naturally produces enzymes to break down food. However, some people have trouble digesting fats and can benefit from digestive enzymes with lipase to help metabolize them better. Other enzymes can also help your gut break down your food into smaller particles, making it easier to process and to absorb the nutrition. So when you're looking for a supplement, you want to make sure it contains amylase to aid in the breakdown of the starch, lipase to aid the breakdown of the fat, and protease to aid in the breakdown of the protein. I also want to tell you about doTERRA's Terra enzymes. You can take 1 to 3 capsules before you eat your food, and it actually allows you to break down the enzymes, because if we don't have a diet of a lot of raw vegetables, sometimes we don't have the appropriate enzymes that we need to break down the food. And I've actually done some demonstrations in my class, and I'll be making a video on this as well, taking pudding and just breaking one of our Terra enzymes up and stirring it around. I've also done oatmeal, and you instantly see how the Terra enzymes start breaking up that food. So when you have it in your body, it will really allow you to start breaking down those foods that we eat. Depending on what you're actually going to consume, whether something light or something a lot heavier like meat, will depend on the amount of Terra enzymes that you would need. Supplements. Getting all the nutrition that we need through our diet alone can sometimes be challenging. Fortunately, supplementation can help with magnesium, vitamin B, and D. Magnesium is important because the micro mineral needed for numerous functions in the body. For example, magnesium helps to calm the nervous system and prevent the production of excess cortisol. How incredible is that? Magnesium deficiency is on the rise due to the drastic decline in the food source over the years. Our soil is just not what it used to be. Vitamin D deficiency is also on the rise. Vitamin D acts like a hormone inside the body and helps to keep inflammation levels low. It also works to regulate estrogen levels in the body. Vitamin D is termed the sunshine vitamin because the body creates vitamin D when exposed to the sunlight. However, this is very interesting. With everyone covering up and slathering on sunblock, which we have to because we don't want any skin cancers or anything like that, we may not be getting enough direct sun exposure, which is why supplementation is recommended. I personally like doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, and if when you're interested in that, just contact me and I'll explain what all that is about as well. And there's also one of my other videos talks more detail about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So lastly, vitamin B plays a vital role in the body because there are so many different B vitamins. 8 in total is recommended taking a B complex to ensure proper intake of each one of them. B vitamins are responsible for detoxing your liver, mood elevation, nerve function, maintaining estrogen balance. See how important all the vitamin Bs are? While it is possible for you to be getting all the required nutrients through your diet, it is rather difficult this day and age. Ultimately, supplementation may be your best bet. Now to one of my favorite parts, essential oils offer a natural way to combat chemical-ridden, convenient body care products. Harmful chemicals, just to name a few, include DNA, paraben, sodium, don't even know if I'm saying this right, or a sulfate, can dispute hormone functions and encourage imbalance. So let's get into some of this. So here's a list of some of the essential oils for hormone balancing. So let's talk about clearly sage. Clearly sage helps balance out estrogen levels. So what you can do is diffuse 3 to 5 drops of clearly sage to help balance hormone levels and relieve stress. Now, lavender is also another good one. We're going to be going over that here in a second. So if you're trying to use lavender, keep in mind that lavender and clearly sage has some of the same chemical constituents. So if you are using lavender to sleep, you can also use the clearly sage to sleep and see which one actually affect. We're all made up of, our chemistry is all different. So I might have more of a benefit using lavender to sleep where, someone else could have, my mom or my brother could have a better result from the clearly sage. So just keep that in mind to try out some different essential oils to help with different scenarios. Fennel. Fennel essential oils can help to relax your body, improve your digestive and gut. Remember, we talked about how important gut health is, boost your metabolism, and reduce inflammation. Add 1 to 2 drops to a glass of warm water or tea and take internally. You can also rub on the bottom of your feet, rub it onto your digestive system as well, your belly or your stomach. You can also massage it diluted. So you just put like a couple drops in the palm of your hand with some fractionated coconut oil, rub your hands together and massage it into the back of your neck. Lavender. Lavender oil promotes emotional balance as it can help to support anxiety, depression, and stress. Add to a warm bath or diffuse to get the rapid benefits. So what I like to tell people when they're using it for a bath, what I like to do is take a little cup of milk, almond milk, you can use whatever. You need a fat, because where the oils where they live is they'll actually just be in one spot of the water. So by adding a fat, then it's going to disperse into the whole water. So you're not just going to get a burst of essential oil in one location of the bath. So just keep that in mind. So let's talk a little bit about sandalwood. Sandalwood triggers peaceful feeling and results in an overall reduction of stress. Try adding a few drops to the diffuser, dabbing some on the palm of your hand and cup your hand and inhale it. Take really anywhere from 3 to 10 breaths, really deep, really get that expansion into the rib cage, out wide, front and back, to really get that into your lungs. So let's talk a little bit about thyme. Thyme oil improves progesterone production and helps to balance hormones naturally. Trying adding 2 drops of thyme oil to warm water bath. Remember how I told you to do the bath? Or rub 2 to 3 drops, equal parts with fractionated coconut oil into your abdominal region. So do you have a favorite essential oils? I would love for you to send me a little post and tell me what your favorite essential oils are, and so I can share with people as well. And I'll also throw your name out there if I have your permission. And if you don't have your favorite essential oil, and you're ready to make that plunge and that jump to essential oils and alternative to wellness, please contact me at jody@clinicalmassageoffice.com, and I'll be posting my link as well. And if someone else referred you to this webinar, please do the right thing and contact them. You can always listen. I'm always here to educate you and to support you. But go back to them and contact them, and they'll help you in your journey to wellness with essential oils and some of our other amazing products. So until next time, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.